learners. Today I'm going to show you how to harmonize your ukulele riffs. Something that I don't see a lot in the community, but I want to see more of, and the change is going to start with you and I. New ukulele tutorials Wednesday and Saturday, so go ahead and hit subscribe if you like this kind of content, and hit thumbs up if you enjoy learning about music theory. Printable tab and backing track by becoming a Patreon with links in the notes and the description. My email's in the description as well if you want some one-on-one lessons, but we're going to have all the tabs, everything you need on the screen, so you can learn without becoming a Patreon. It just makes it easier. Let's do it. Grab the ukulele brain attention span, follow me on in, and let's break it down. All right, how to harmonize licks. I'm playing on my electric uk. You can do this on any ukulele, it doesn't matter. Low G, high G, soprano to tenor, it doesn't matter. I just like the way this one sounds. Especially when I'm doing something like harmonizing riffs. So to harmonize a riff or lick, we need a bass lick. So let's take a look at that. We're in the key of C major, and we're using the C major pentatonic. We're gonna play the open C string, and that's a quarter beat, 1. Then on the second beat, we're gonna go up and play the 5th fret of the E string. 5 with your ring finger, middle finger on the 4th fret of the C, and index on the 3rd fret of the E. So you get 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Rest on the 4th beat, and then you're going to hit the 2nd fret of the C on the way to playing the open C again. So that is meant to turn it over. So you get 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 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 1. So go ahead and do that 3 times. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Then the 4th time through, it's going to go 5, 4, 3. Then you're going to work your way back up, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 4, 5. 2, and 3, and 4. So the whole riff. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Boom. That's our riff. So we're going to learn how to harmonize it or play riffs over the top of that. The first one that we need to do is, well, the first one we're going to start with is thirds. So let's take a look at each of these notes and how to do this. Our first note is C. If we put up all the notes of the key of C, we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And to find the third in the key, you're going to identify the note, C note, skip the next note, and then play the note after. So the third here would be playing the C, skipping the D, and playing the E. The next note we have is the 5th fret of the E string. This is an A note. So we put that scale, we're still looking at that scale, and it is play a note, skip a note. So it's A, we know the A, we skip the B note and play the C. So over the A, we're going to play the C note. And that is going to be right here on the 3rd fret of the A string. Okay? The next note, and I'm going to put all, you don't have to memorize these notes. I'm going to put them up at the end so you can see the whole tab. Right now, we're just going through them one by one so you know which ones they are. The next note that we need to figure out, so we've got the C, it's going to be harmonized with an E, A with a C, we have an E. So we look at our scale, E, skip the F, and we play the G. And the G is going to be the 3rd fret here. The only other note in this, well, there's 2 other notes in this riff. The other note would be the G. Do, 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 do. This note's a G. We look at the scale, G, skip the A, and play the B. That'll be the 2nd fret of the A string. And then lastly is our D note. And our third here is we skip the E note and we play the F. So our new riff would be 4th fret here, then 3, 3, 2, 1. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Now I'm playing the 4th fret here. actually, it'd probably make more sense for me to play the open E, make it a little more compact. So we can do something like 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. Then the last time through, it's going to be 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. Because we're just layering over those thirds where we see those exact notes. So the last time through is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So let's play through this whole riff like it is, and then we're going to hear them over top at the same time so you can hear what the harmony sounds like. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Boom. All right, let's hear what those sound like when played over top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I debated what to do next, the fourth or the fifth. The fourth would be in order, but the fifth would kind of be in order of commonality. One of the two most common ways to harmonize your riffs are with your fifth interval, probably the most common, and then your third, the second most common. So we're going to do fifths. We're going to do the fifth interval now. To figure the fifth interval out, you play the C note, and then you skip D, E, F, and then play the G. So you play the note that you want, and then you skip the next three. 1, 2, 3. And then that fourth note would be your fifth interval. So for C, it would be G. Okay? For the next note in our riff, A, well, the A note, we would skip the B, skip the C, skip the D, and then get to the E. So it's the E, because the note we start on, and then we skip the next three notes in the scale. 1, 2, 3, then we get to the E. And you'll notice that it just kind of loops back over, because we start with the A, we skip the B, then after the B, the next note in the scale is where we start C. So we just go back to the top, the D, and then we get the E. Okay, the next note in our riff, we have that E, right? E. So we skip the F, we skip the G, we skip the A, and then we get to our B. And then the last note would be the G. Second to last note, sorry. So what's the fifth for the G? Well, we skip the A, skip the B, skip the C, and then the next note, D. So for the G, it's D. You can hear these fifths too, like here's a fifth, C and G. The other one was A and E. Then we had, so far, we also had the E and the B. And we had the G is what we're on right now, right? And the G and the D. Another way you can use the fretboard to find it is from this string, it's just down a fret and up 2. G, down a string, up 2 frets. That's a fifth interval. That's a fifth interval. That's a fifth interval. From the C to the G, it's down a string and then up 3 frets. So C, down, 1, 2, 3. So E here would be down and then 1, 2, 3. Okay? Lastly, we need to harmonize that D. We need to find the fifth for the D. Skip the E, skip the F, skip the G, and we get the A. So there's our other fifth. We put all those notes into the riff, and the riff looks like this. Third fret of the E, and then it goes 7, 7, 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 5, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. And the last time through, 7, 7, 5, 7, 7. All right, so let's just go ahead and play through this alone, and then we'll hear it when we harmonize it over it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Boom. And that would be the fifths. Let's hear what that sounds like stacked on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourths. So to play the fourths, you play your note, skip 2, so play the C, skip the E, or skip the D and the E, and play the F. So for the C, it's F. For our A, we skip the B and the C, and we play the D. For the E, we skip the F and the G, and play the A. For the G, we skip the A and the B and play the C. And then lastly for the D, we skip the E and the F and we play the G. So this riff here would be 1, 5, 5, 3, 3, 1. So it goes 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Boom. All right, let's layer that one up. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear with the fourth that it's a little more tense than the fifth. So far, the 3 and the 5 are very, very sweet. The fourth is a little more tense. The second, it has a funky tense sound to it. And to play the second, you would just play your note and then play the next note. So C, you'd play a D over it. A, you'd play the B. G, you'd play the A. E, you'd play the F, etc. We did the thirds, we did the fourths, we did the fifths. The sixths, now to play the sixth, you would play your 6. You play your C note, and then you'd skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the fifth one, you'd play it. To play the seventh, the easiest way to figure out the seventh is actually the opposite. You just go down. So for C, you could go skip 1, 2, 3, 4, or you could skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and play that 6th note. But the easiest way to get the 7th is just, it's the note and the scale below it. So C would be B, A would be G, F would be E, etc. There is one other one, though, that I want to actually do with you today. Those ones that we just went through, I encourage you to do it on your own time, because that's how you learn. I'm showing you these ideas, but you're going to learn a lot faster if you go out and figure them out. But the one I wanted to do, the last one I wanted to do was the octave. And this is a classic sound because it's the same note. So C is going to be C. Right? Do, 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 do. A is going to be A. E is going to be E. G is going to be G. And D, of course, is going to be D. So we're going to play this one. We're going to play 8, 12, 12, 10. We're going to go 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. with the 10th fret here being and 1. So 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1. And then the last time through, do, 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 12, 12, 10, 12, 12. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So this one would sound like this. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Boom. Let's hear what that one sounds like stacked on top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go to ukulele clubs, most of the time, everybody's gonna be strumming the exact same thing and doing the exact same thing. Rarely, you might see a certain section of the group playing a riff. I encourage to see more of that. But now you can have a section playing the riff and a section harmonizing that riff, getting some really cool kind of Iron Maiden sounds or some just sounds, Hotel California vibes from the Eagles. Just really, really cool stuff by harmonizing these riffs and in your own songwriting as well. If you want more music theory, more soloing, check out these links right here, these videos right here. They're made for learners just like you. And until next time, think about becoming a Patreon, cheaper than a cheap cheeseburger. New Ukulele Wednesday and Saturday. Subscribe and learn, and I'll catch you then. Catch you learn? Did I say catch you learn? I'll catch you then. Catch you later. I'll catch you then or later so you can learn. My brain's fried. Enjoy it. I got too much harmony going on up here. Take care and have a lovely day.